Okay, so we're going into the Google Cloud platform, and you're going to want to make your project. So when you first sign in, it's going to ask you for like your email address, and then you're going to have to put like a credit card in there for to be able to run your virtual machine in there. But there's, as you can see here, it gives you 350 days remaining for a full account. So it gives you unlimited access. There's a free trial right now. But it is going to charge you something in the future. I'm not sure exactly what that is yet, so that's why it's asking for a credit card. But after you go ahead and plug that in and put all of that information in and you make your own project, you just come in here, click new project. I already did that. Chainlink node, and you can see I have it up here. You're going to go into your compute engine and then the virtual machine, and that's what I have right here, and you're going to click create. And I'm going down through my PDF, so I recommend having the PDF on a different screen if you have it, or you can print it and follow along with it, whatever you want it to do. But you are going to have to paste the code, so have it open as well so you can copy and paste the code. But you're going to come in here and change the name. And I'm just going to call this primary chain link node. Come down here to machine type, and you're going to change this to just the 7.5. And then the boot disk, you're going to change that as well. And you're going to find this 18.04. Come down here. If you have a solid state drive, I really recommend using a solid state drive. If you don't, it's okay. Just use the hard drive that you have, and it'll be fine. And I recommend starting with about 60 gigabytes for that. And then you're going to want to come down here to allow full access to all cloud APIs. And check this, allow HTTP traffic and HTTPS traffic. You're going to want to check those. Click on networking right here. Expand this part. And you're looking for this primary internal IP. Now, I already had one set up, but what you're going to do is you're going to click reserve static IP. You're going to type in right off of your PDF. You're going to type primary chain link static, put in your description, which is it's a static IP address for primary chain link node, and then click reserve, and it'll automatically assign it. I'm not going to do that now because I already have one. So I'm just going to pick the one that I already have. And you're going to do the same thing for the external. You're going to create the IP address. Again, put in external static IP. Put in the description and then click reserve. Again, I'm not going to do that because I already have one. So I'm just going to select the ones that I have already. And then you're going to come down here and click create. And that's going to create your virtual machine that you'll actually be able to run, that we're going to program and code the Chainlink node on. And you can see that that popped up right here. So this is the exciting part. We're going to go ahead and click on this SSH. And that's going to go ahead and run our virtual machine here so we can program it. Okay, so you're going to give that a quick minute to just load up, and then you're going to copy and paste the very first line of code that I have in the PDF, and make sure you copy everything in between the quotation marks. If you leave anything off, it's not going to work. You're going to get an error and you're going to have to start over. So you're going to want to copy and paste that in, and it's going to go ahead and install. And this is code that I got directly from Chainlink Docs. I'm going to leave a link there as well, so if you want to look at any of the code, feel free to check it out. Okay, so you can see that that went ahead and installed. Now we're going to paste the second line of code. Again, make sure to have everything in the quotation marks. If you leave anything off, you're going to get weird errors. It's not going to work. So just follow along. You're going to paste the third line of code. Now this one has this $user here. I think this is the only time in the PDF that I have this. There might be one other place, but you're going to want to erase that and type in this name that you have right here. So whatever you named this is what you want to type in here, because that's the name of your node. So you're going to just type that in. And then hit enter. And now type in exit. And paste the fifth line of code in here. And let that create your directory. So now that part is done. So we're going to come back in here. And you're going to go back to your Google Cloud. Again, I'm going right down the line on my PDF. You're going to click the navigation menu, which is right here. And you're looking for SQL. So you click on that and you're going to create an instance. And you're going to check this middle one. Okay, so when this comes up, you're going to want to type in chain link Postgres, and then you're going to want to create a password for that. I already have a password for it, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. But you're going to want to type one in or generate one, and make sure to write down what that password is. You're going to need it later. And then you're going to click create. And that's going to create that. This usually takes just a couple of minutes. Okay, so now that that's up and running, you're going to see this public IP address. You're going to want to copy that. And then from the PDF, number 6, where it starts with, where it has that line of code, where it has the database URL. So once you've copied that over into the database URL code and replaced the public IP address with your actual public IP address that's here, and replaced your password for what you just created, you're going to go ahead and click on the instance, which is right here. And you're going to go over right here to connections. And you're going to click add network. So now that you've done that, you can go ahead and put down a name.
To have access to our database.
So you're going to come over here and type in primary chain link node. And then you need to put the external IP in here. What I like to do is just duplicate this page. And then we can go back and actually pull the external IP. We can just come over to VM instances, and this is going to be your external IP. That's what you want to put there. So you're going to copy that over. Come back to this page and you're going to paste that external IP right there. And you're going to click done and save. Okay, and once that saves, you're going to come over here to users. And you're going to go ahead and create a user. And that user is going to be chain link user. And then you're going to want to pick a password for it. I like to use the same password that I made before. Click create. And this is where you want to replace that password, the password that you made for chain link user, It's the same for me. That's why I copied it from before. So if yours is different, then copy that over here. So after you've created your Chainlink user account, you're going to click on Databases, and you're going to click Create Database, and you're going to type in Chainlink, and click Create. And now if you look at the PDF, it's going to have that line of code, that database URL Postgres. Chainlink user is going to have your password, your public IP, it has the port, and it has your username. You're going to want to copy that whole line and replace it into that spot that it says paste here. So go ahead and replace that spot and then paste that over. And then you're going to hit enter. So now that you've pasted and run that code, come back to your compute engine VM instances. Click on the three dots and click View Network Details. And we're going to click on this Firewall Rules. And you're going to create a new firewall rule. So for the name, you're going to type in Chainlink GUI ports. It's not going to let me use that because I already have one created, but that's what you want to put. And that's just your Chainlink GUI port, which is 6688. You're going to come down to targets and you're going to click all instances and network. And now for the source IP ranges, you're going to want to open up a new browser and you're going to type in what's my IP address, and whatever that comes up as your IP address, you're going to want to paste right here. And then you're going to click this TCP, and that's where you're going to put 6688. And you're going to click create. Click create a new firewall rule, Chainlink database port. Then type in your description, Postgres database port 5432. And I'm getting this directly off that PDF. Come down to specify targets, allow all instances in network. Again, you're going to source that IP. It's going to be the same. You don't have to search it again. Just type in that same one right in there. Click the TCP. And that's going to be 5432. And you're going to click create. Okay, so you are now ready to run your node. And you're going to paste the 8th line of code in here and click enter. And it should install your node. And it's going to ask for your new password. I like to use the same password for everything for the node. So I'm just going to type that in. So now you're going to enter your email address that you would like to use to log in to your node with. And this can be any email address that you'd like. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to log into this node. So now you're going to want to type in http:// that external IP that you had here, and then hit enter. It's going to ask you to log in, and this is that same email that you used when you created your node. Once you're able to log in and you're able to see this screen, you're going to want to get your Oracle address. So you're going to want to come over to fulfilling requests at Chainlink Docs, and it's just right here under node operators. And you're going to click on Remix. Come down to Oracle SOL. And you're going to start to compile. And I'm just going right down this list right here. So you run that, and then you come down here, and you're going to go over to mainnet, and you're going to copy this. Come back into Remix, go to Run. I should have mentioned this before. Before we actually deploy the contract, and get our Oracle address, you're going to want to install MetaMask and deposit some Ether into the wallet. So once you've done that, you're going to come over here, and this is where you're going to paste this code from mainnet. So just make sure you have that copied over. Paste that in here, and then click deploy. Click confirm. And then you'll see this come up, and you want to hit confirm. Okay, and you can see that that confirmed. So then you're going to want to come over here to the set fulfillment permission, and this is where you're going to put your account address. So come over into configuration and then copy this over. You're going to paste that, and then you're going to put a comma, space, true, and then hit set fulfillment permission. Click confirm. Click confirm. And we can see that that confirmed. So this is where your Oracle address is. This is very important for you to save this. Make sure you save this Oracle address. You're going to need it. So now after you've copied that over, you're going to come over to the Four Swords website, and this is going to make you part of the Four Swords team. Okay, and you're going to fill in your information, the node name that you would like, and then your email, your requested username, your location, the languages spoken, and we created our node on Google Cloud Platform. And then currently, no, we are not a reviewed Chainlink node, but Four Swords will help us do that. We are, and you're going to paste your Oracle address right there. And then click submit.